Oh, baby, now let's get down tonight. Heal me.
Ladies and gentlemen, what up, what up, what up, what up? DJ MK here. Giving you some of that Marvin Gaye. Oh, yeah. Man, it took a while to get it going, but it got going, as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. That was for a special somebody out there. Hopefully you listening. And also shout out to my sister, always rocking out with me. Thank you for your encouragement of texts. But it's not about me, ladies and gentlemen. It's about you, sir. Putrid.
Me. Cool.
How are you doing?
Thanks, man. I'm good.
You chilling?
Yeah, chilling.
Man.
How you feeling today,
I
Ken?
feel fucking good now. I'm
You
still
good?
kind of jittery. I'm still kind of jittery because, like, I've been nervous.
Why you been nervous?
Because I've been trying to get all these songs, like, together
Alright.
since, like, the beginning of this week. And there's a whole bunch, like, a lot of it I got off of, obviously, my number one listening during the week, Soul Selection. You know, they had an awesome recap year and stuff, and I got a bunch of songs off of there. But I did a little bit of edits and stuff like that, and tried to remix them and stuff. And it was difficult, but stayed up really late last night to do it. But it got done, and I'm extremely happy with it, how it came out.
I'm sure a lot of people made many, many babies tonight.
I'm trying to make a baby to this one.
Hey,
For real.
more to
So
you, dog.
I'll be waiting at home, just saying.
Ain't nobody gonna be there waiting for you but your sister,
I
dog.
know.
You know.
It's bullshit.
And
Anyway,
your mama. Putrid.
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm good.
Good?
Great.
How's your day been so far?
I was good. I was a little bit late to get here. I went and got some Korean barbecue.
Nice.
So,
Hey, I don't blame you.
Everybody's in here
I don't blame you,
starving.
bro.
You was actually early. You were early. You're like on time, so you were good.
Okay, cool.
Could have brought some food though. We're
I
starving.
should've.
It's all good though.
Sorry, guys.
I know I'm fucking hungry. But man, listen, I've been listening to your stuff on the SoundCloud. You got a few tracks on there,
Yeah, just a couple.
and it just added to the vibe, and that's why I had to do this today. It kind of is now. Every time that we have a producer that comes through, I have to get into this stuff. You know, because it's kind of like, well, what am I going to do to kind of show off, you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I feel like the producers appreciate, you know, the instrumental music a little bit more, I would believe.
Yes, indeed.
You know? And I was like, oh, I got to get this right. That also added to the nervousness of it. But listening to your music, there's a few tracks on there that I was like, damn, I got to bump these. But I couldn't bump them because that's what we're featuring.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, you're basically, the cool part that I saw is that you have songs on here that are, it's not like we've had other producers in here that just have instrumentals.
Yeah.
You produce for artists per se.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what I found. Like I don't think I heard any just instrumental.
There are some instrumentals in there. There are other ones. One of them is a remix, you know,
Right.
and that's just a cat out in Mexico. And but yeah, I work with other artists. I got a crew, 90 Heads. It's not my crew per se, but
Right. I saw
you
that.
know,
I
it's
saw
the
that.
crew. So it's
And that's what you produce
it's all
for?
music. I
basically?
produce for 90 Heads. I produce for myself, Putrid Beats, as a musician, you know.
Right.
And then just recently, I've been working a little bit with Lucky I Am, so from Living Legend. So yeah.
From Living Legends.
That's a big deal.
What? Talk about that. What's that?
So I mean, it just came about. I was playing a show. He was playing the same show. He was headlining it. Him and Lana, you know. And I just had a beat set. Played my beats. I had my boy DJ Spiral, 90 Heads, you know, fam.
Right.
And he was just cutting it up, and I was playing the beats. So, I mean, it wasn't too big of a crowd, but, you know, it doesn't matter always who's in the crowd. You never know. So, Lucky happened to be out there. Like, he's always supporting all the artists, you know.
Right.
He's not one of the cats that just comes in and does his set.
shows
and
support.
bounce.
He's not all Hollywood. He'll go.
You know,
and support and all that.
he's hustling his fucking merchandise, you know. My bad if I can't cuss, but
Fuck. How's that?
perfectly fucking good. But yeah,
Can we say the magic
he's
word?
hustling his
No,
merchandise
don't
and, you know,
start that yet.
He's
Don't-
out there from the very beginning to the
She'll
very
be
end.
good.
And super humble dude. And I played my beat set. People liked it. Came down, and you know, people were like, "Oh, like always, kind of, oh, that was great." I never see people play live. You know, it's not a traditional thing, I guess. But
He heard your set basically, and
yeah,
and
so
he was
Luck
like, "Dude, I
came
gotta
up
fuck
to
with
me
this
and
dude."
he's like, "What do I got to do to get your beats?" You know, and it's
That's
like,
dope.
"Fuck, you
Freaking
got
awesome.
them. You just you just got him. You know, it's like, what am I gonna say? It's like somebody I've idolized or
Right,
you know.
right.
So
How does that make you feel though? Like in your career so far, having somebody come and just really, really want to fuck with you like that.
Feels great. You know,
Shit, it's
like,
a
fuck.
confidence booster, my dude.
I mean, making music, like I
Walk away from there feeling all
started
smooth and shit,
working
like, whoop.
back in around 2001, 2002. You know, just picked up Fruity Loops because my homie Zach had it, and you know, I got the demo version. Just was making beats and bouncing them out, and just, you know, just for shits and giggles, bumping in the car. Everyone wants to hear their fucking music bump in the car, so I'm like,
Amen
fuck
to
yeah,
that.
I'll put it in the car. Let's do it. And so from there, I just kept making music, and I always had the inspiration from themselves and Anacon. You know, they always did their live shit. So that's kind of where it came from. You know, that's why I always play all my beats live.
Yeah, when I saw you at Beat Swap Meet, you do a lot of finger drumming, and
Yeah, I heard you had an amazing set.
and
Amazing set to be swap.
but some producers who do beat sets, they actually just play their tracks. Do you sometimes just play them, or do you just stick to finger drumming?
Sometimes I do play them, like you know, it frees up some space to maybe load something up on the other machine I got or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I like at the beat battles, I used to play all the time live beats, and then sometimes I get the feeling like, wait, is it really the beat they like, or is it me playing? You know,
I think it's a
so
little
I'm
bit
like,
of both.
so sometimes I'm like, let the beat play. You know, I won't play it and
Yeah.
just see how I do, and you know, it works kind of both ways. So
Because in my experience, I've played tracks out and then people feel it and they vibe out. But
Yeah.
when I actually get down busy, they get excited because it's like, oh man, he's actually
yeah,
doing it
it's
live.
like hands on. Like,
Yeah, so-
yeah.
And what do you perform on live?
I just use my MPC 1000,
Nice.
and then I have a Korg Chaos pad.
Ooh, okay, cool. Well, listen, I want to get into this first song of yours. I really like this one. This one was on repeat. Me and the Mics.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is Lucky I Am's track.
This one
is
is
gonna be on
banging.
his next project coming out, and
Lucky you.
it's got Open Mike Eagle, who's a dope MC. He's on
Like at first when I was
Mellow
listening to it,
Music
I'm
Group.
like, is that Mike Jones up in there?
So this is some. So this
I'm
is some
serious.
some exclusive shit, huh?
Yeah, kind of. This came out already, but it's for it came out for Lucky's birthday, you know, and he put it out to give to the people. So
Right.
Nice.
Cool. Well, we're gonna get into it and then listen for Mike Jones up in there. Here we go. You listen to Syndicate Radio.
What up, Putrid? Right here. I took a year off, did some dubstep. What? Then they seen was like traps next. Wait, I'm like, fuck that. Boom baps where my heart's at. Yeah, I'm here to tell you the truth, y'all. A lot of rappers need a day job. But what I need is them hands, y'all. Damn, a nigga misses old squad. But this a new day, new style. Brought some homies, yep, they can rap and keep it neutral. It's just me and the mics. I'm in the booth in a city that you really do like. It's me. Yeah. Look, he's a missile, them bars is aiming to hit you. I paint, create a picture, the image is rather vivid. I live it and keep it simple, I rip it, ain't really tripping to spit it, it's my religion. So, we gon' do what we do better. Turn it up, headphones to your new Jettas. Or whatever you drive, me and the mics in the party and we keeping it live, let's go.
Just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics.
I make their face melt from the dub spit. It puts lotion on its skin, little trap whore. Wait, I'm like Luck Mac. Boom bap's where I started at. Yes, why I feel the spell of proof, bruh. Yeah, a lot of rappers think they gone, but what I see is some fans, y'all. I'm really feeling like an old boss. But it's a cool play, crew style, not the phony steps. On the tracks, yeah, dude's wild. It's just we do it right, and we recoup with the prettiest of female delights. It's free.
Beats is free.
Mike, he's official, got more bars than mitzvahs. Your pancreas suspension and itching. I'm glad I'm riveted. Watch you pivot, just sleep the tempo, get it, just steady dipping. I dig it, so with you, yo. We go through, but we don't let up. Burn it out, headstones for a few fellas. Or whatever we live. Lucky the mic's still charged up. It's going on 5. Let's go.
It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics.
Yo, I never really liked dubstep. To me it sounds like cyborgs having rough sex. And then somebody said traps next and put hi-hats over the theme, the drag neck. Seriously, some of them beats sound like a rat's nest. And they never make ass bets cause they don't gamble. It's a new constitution, just jack the preamble. If you scared, get a candle. I'm in the jungle hunting cats with bamboo, and it stands like I'm getting 100 grand for dance moves. It's the 12-bar blues in a new disguise. The ancestors whisper the grooves underutilized. It doesn't even matter if the crowd's dead. I jump so high, leaves a shadow on a cloud bed. Fed up, black monsoon and won't let up. Head up, so meta, gon' get up. My whole setup is portable without question. It all folds up in a suitcase like the Jetsons, yeah.
It's just me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics. It's just me and the mics, me and the mics, me and the mics.
Yo. Me and the mics. I like that one. It's my kind of record. It bumps, but yet it's chill. It's smooth. And the crazy part to me was that on the SoundCloud, it has 14,000 plus hits. Almost 15
a good amount of plays.
on SoundCloud, yo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to like just 1,000.
Right,
I feel
me
like
too.
a little punk.
You know, the first 2 lines of that record, it reminded me of this article we were reading today, because he said, I first started messing around with the EDM, and then he said started messing with the trap, but it's nothing like that boom bap. And in the article, it actually said that there's no such thing as real hip hop, and a lot of people will classify your music as real hip hop because it's very boom bap, soulful, and
But what makes that real hip hop?
because it's based off of the foundation. But according to most hip hop heads, that's why. I want to know.
But I need to defend dubstep and trap because I do fucks with it.
No,
Not
there's
all
something wrong with
dubstep.
that.
Not all dubstep tracks sound like, because there was a line in there that I heard that I was like, not everything sounds like Transformers having sex with each other or whatever.
I mean, if you guys have heard Lucky's music, obviously Living Legends is straight like hip hop, you know, Bay Area hip hop, underground hip hop from back in the day, and he's been dabbling in different stuff, you know, because genres come around and it's popping, you know, so people want to fucking work with whatever's cracking, you know.
Well, that's what Justin was saying. Like, people, it samples from
and
a lot
I've
of
heard
shit.
a lot of it, you know. I've heard a lot of people that do hip hop venture into those kind of realms, you know, because it's a different crowd, and they still like it, you know, the whole rapping aspect of it.
What I want to know is, I mean, do you ever stray away from your classic hip hop sound?
Yeah, definitely I do. You know, I've always liked electronic synths, you know, different frequencies that, you know, bringing it in and mashing it up together, like it has like, you know, because I grew up on like funk too, you know, out here in the West Coast, you always hear it, you know, so it just those like synths and stuff like that, it adds a different sound, you know. And then sometimes, like, I'm not a musician per se, I don't play many instruments, but
more sample based.
Yeah, I sample usually, but then again, I always overlay bass lines, do my own bass lines.
Yeah.
But back to the article he was talking about. Do you believe there is such thing as real hip hop?
Speak on
it.
it.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do think there's real hip hop, you know.
What classifies under fake
myself,
hip-hop?
I feel like I definitely am hip hop. I may not look the part all the time, you know, but it's not really looking like anything. It's just your mentality and mind state, you know. So, you know, I grew up doing graffiti. I grew up breakdancing.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's
So you got
it's just
basically
been-
You got the elements there.
You got the elements. some of
yeah.
the
I got a
elements.
turntable, you know,
Okay,
and I
there you
use
go.
it, but I don't, you know, I don't
My
use it all the
dude's
time.
hip-hop.
But I do.
My dude's hip hop.
So,
So name them.
So you,
I mean,
Name the elements, my
so
dude.
you're more on a cultural base, not a sound base.
No, but you gotta do both. Like you
It's-
gotta be
it's
in
everything
in
because-
not just
But the way he explained
because
it, he was
hip
like,
hop is, you know, it comes from sampling,
Right.
And that's how it all started. So who's to say what you can and cannot sample?
exactly. That's what the
So,
article said.
well,
You
the
know, and then
vase.
what sound?
Don't get me started on that
is
shit.
But then a lot of it has to do with the percussion, the way the percussion is done.
I agree
too.
with that.
So-
I agree with the patterns.
I don't know. There's a lot of politics, but music is music in the end, and you know, if someone likes it, that's all that matters.
Well, I fucking love that one.
I like that. I mean, most people, like we said, a lot of producers will come in here and they'll be like, "Oh, I just do boom bap. I'm not gonna do anything else."
Yeah.
And then it's like, first of all, they're limiting themselves
Very.
to just
Yeah.
that. But then they're just so close minded to like, well, that's not just what hip hop is.
And the
Yeah.
culture of hip hop too. It was so open minded. That's
Yeah.
why we all fuck with it because it's so like whatever
Yeah,
you know.
it's
Like you
accepting
wanted to
of
be a part of
everybody,
it.
you know,
just be
anybody's
real to
culture,
it
bring it in.
exactly bring it in. You're allowed to. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why everyone has gravitated towards it. I mean, all walks of life, all cultural backgrounds, everyone fucks with some kind of hip hop.
And it's not even just the music. I know right now we're talking about the music because, you know, producers and
Right.
stuff, but even just the lyrics. It started out as, you know, letting people know what's going on in the ghettos and their projects.
Well,
and
it
all this
really
stuff.
started off for just getting the party started. Then it
Well,
gravitated
exactly.
to that.
But I'm saying once it got to real lyricism,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like now it's just like, oh, what we're doing in the club or what the hell strippers doing. You're not a hoe if you're fucking dancing on a pole. Like,
And I think, I mean, if you guys want to more on that article, there's this cool little snippet that I took out of there where it basically says hip hop is relatively a young genre. It's still and it's
Can't
still in its exciting experimental phase. Who knows where it'll go next?
exactly.
You know, so it's basically saying, you know, it needs to grow.
Yeah.
It needs to evolve, and it is really
It
what
is. It
70s.
definitely is
What was
evolving.
that? You know, a few years ago, like
Exactly.
you know, it's not that long, so it's still growing and stuff. And for somebody to kind of put it into a box and say like, well, this is hip hop and that's not, it's not real. You know, it also mentions, you know, what's his name, Charles Gambino.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't consider that hip hop. I do. You
Yeah,
know,
no, definitely.
just because he dresses a certain way, looks a certain way, and talks about different things, but it's
Yeah.
still hip hop. You
Yep,
know, it's
yep.
still affecting what's going
That's
on
his-
in the culture.
that's-
It's still
I
his
mean,
expression.
Ask him, and that's his influence.
The
I'm
big
sure.
one that hit me was after the Childish Gambino comment, the Kid Cudi's "Man on the Moon."
Yeah,
That is one of my favorite
because
albums.
he's the
of
first
all
one who
time.
fucking flipped that.
Yes, he was just like, I'm just gonna rap about exactly what I feel.
For real.
I'm gonna tell you, I have an addiction. I have issues. My dad died. My mom freaking works 24 hours a day. I'm still getting everything for Christmas. Like,
But I just
all
feel
this
like
different stuff.
sonically, like it was just a blend of electronica and a little bit of funk. It just it was just an amazing album. Just as a whole.
It was a
It
breakthrough
was
album.
Yeah, it was definitely something
and
different.
I just want to quote the Boom Bap King, DJ Premier. He was saying basically with producing or just anything, you can have your own style. You can bring in different styles. Just don't bite anybody. And it's just so crazy to me that
What do you mean bite? What do you mean bite?
like just try to jack people's styles, like, you know, just copy and mimic it. But it's so crazy because everybody's so close-minded and trying to stick to this whole boom bap real hip-hop thing. It's like, well, everybody should be able to expand to make new styles.
Yeah, but
You know,
it comes back. I mean, I know
fighting.
I told you we were gonna go on this because it's just such an important thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just to me with producers, MCs, all of them. What I feel is why is it that in middle school we all had to have fresh kicks because we wanted to be accepted,
Right.
Yeah.
and that goes into that culture too. why is it that we're all sticking kind of to the same thing? Because that's what's happening, and we want to be accepted. Yeah. So when someone actually goes outside of that box, like Chaz Gambino and all these other dudes who are just doing something completely outlandish that people think,
and that's why you wanted to be the dude with those one special kicks that nobody had.
Exactly,
you know?
but when somebody goes,
ones.
but when somebody feels like they went too left field, it's like, oh, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
Why? Be open to music and somebody else's expression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not your cup of tea, cool, but don't knock it.
Yep.
You know, that's all
true.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Except if it's, banda. That's all I'm saying.
For real. That I draw the line at that.
Yeah.
And mariachi.
Yeah. Mariachi. I mean,
Sometimes.
Imagine some boom bap mariachi.
I can't agree with all
Not
that.
cheddars, fool. Like, nah.
Imagine some boom bap style mariachi.
Stop.
Man, you
That'd
need
be crazy.
Stop.
Look, we're going to get into this next one. It's 1-2 featuring who?
This one is 1-2 featuring Sinuous, my boy Sinuous. He's actually mastering my album that's coming out, dropping shit. And Bruja Muerta, he's from the crew 90 Heads.
Cool. So, well, we're going to get into this one. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into Syndicate Radio. You're listening to Putrid Beats. Here we go. 1-2.
About to drop shit for your motherfucking ass. Bitch. Yeah. Mic check. Peep the Genesis, got something to feel like Collins. I'm all in, staff get blown like Sonny Rollins. Now someone say that I'm addicted to the music, probably true with every tune, cause the street troops saluted. I provide the passion through the rhyme, it's well suited, recruited. The beats be aligned by Putrid.
Me and Sin drop bombs on Putrid Beats. Illest the heats, they chillin' on streets, not even tripping on sheep. These homos try to bring fake beef like GMOs, OD and cigarillos, rugged like Brillo. Let me take your mind away for a second. California, the best spots to live in, hot box and dinners.
Now I be illin' on the highway like Bob Dylan. These halitosis MCs can't fly.
This one, is this one on the SoundCloud?
Nope. This one's on my Bandcamp though.
This one's not the one that I listen to.
It's on Bandcamp though.
Sick.
It's putridbeats.bandcamp.com. Pretty simple, I guess.
I like this one.
So dropping
Smooth.
shit. I have a question about that. So what are you releasing under? Are you releasing under a label? Because I saw the pre-sale and everything. Just me, just
independent.
all
Me pushing
independent.
it all, yeah. However I can. I do my own graphic design. I print my own shirts. I do my own
You're
CDs.
funding everything yourself?
I'm funding it with my school, I got enough money to do my school shit, and then that little bit that I got left over, I'm, investing it.
I used to ball like that. I'm
Hey,
broke now.
if you slide us some shirts, we will wear them.
Okay, yeah. I got a couple shirts, actually. I meant to bring my whole shit, but,
is
last
that
minute
Korean
ran out.
barbecue? Is that Korean barbecue,
Man.
That's what it was.
Nah, it wasn't even.
You was
Korean.
hungry. Stop
It was
lying.
that last
Stop
minute.
lying.
Well, I had
Stop lying.
I came out here last night. Like I said, I played Beats, Rhymes, and Laughs last night. Thank you, AC the PD and the Mighty Paris for having me out. But I played last night. Had a great show. I forgot my merch. I was like, fuck. The only thing I needed, my merchandise. And forgot it. I had 2 CDs. Gave them out. One of them got posted up on Instagram. So.
How long
All
have you
gravy,
been doing the whole merch thing? 'Cause I know a lot of people don't do their own merch.
I've been
Merchandise, by the
doing
way,
my
for you
stuff.
unswag people.
I mean, ever since after high school,
Okay. Did that really like catapult you to a whole new level?
Nah, definitely not.
No.
Nah. Silk screening's always been a hobby for me. So I've always wanted to make my own shirt. I've always seen really cool shirts, and I'm like, dude, I want to make something.
I know a few people out there like Casper. We're gonna have him here next month. Who that dude's on his? Casper? Do you know Casper? Young Casper?
Casper?
Casper. He's his
I don't believe
Filipino dude, but he's pretty dope. But his marketing game is pretty up there. Like he pushes those shirts. Like he just hands them out to people, and people rock them, and take a picture of it on Instagram and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, damn.
Or like
that's what I need to do. I gotta
struck too.
I gotta have people mention me after they buy my merch. Yo, post me up on Instagram, whatever.
Which brings me to what's the end game with this? You're just making music to express yourself, or
Yeah,
are you
I'm
trying
just
to
making music. Just like I sample a lot of vinyl. Ultimately, my goal is to have my music on vinyl, so I'm gonna be pressing some vinyl, dropping shit. 1-2 is gonna be on there. There's
a white label? Just
no, I'm gonna do a 1-color label. Keep it simple and brown dropping shit. So brown color is going to be expected on the label.
Marketing at its finest.
And but yeah, there's going to be an exclusive Lucky I Am track. You know, no one's ever heard except for me all the time in my car.
With this album dropping shit, you basically just told us coming soon. Do you have a date out for that one yet?
It's
or because it's still being mastered, right?
Well, it's gonna get mastered very soon, and then it's gonna be sent out for.
So it's still in process.
Yeah. So the vinyl is coming out probably around mid-March, early April, and then the CDs are gonna be done by the 28th. So the album's gonna come out on the 28th.
28th of
February.
Yeah. All right. Make sure you send me a copy.
So is it all features or a couple instrumentals?
Yeah, it's all artists that I respect. You know, I'm from 805, you know, Goleta area, so I picked a lot of the artists that I felt were, you know, not necessarily doing a lot, but it's just that kind of sound that I liked.
So you're doing like the Neptune's Clones album where you pick a bunch of people you kind of mess with and vibe out with, and
it's kind of like handpicked, you know, like I had beats and then they were lined up kind of and picked people to go on them. If they wanted to do it, they did it. If not, they got skipped and someone else jumped on it. But it was all like hand selected. Each you know, each song had people set for it. So
we were actually talking about that earlier, how Timberland and Dr. Dre pick certain people to work with.
Yeah.
Is that how you are?
I feel like that's kind of like, you know, the whole producer aspect of it, you know, finding.
You're not just going to give your gem to everyone.
Yeah, because there's certain people. That's, I get the thing where, yo, can you send me some beats, or, you know, you want to collab? And I don't like to say no. I always say, send me your music. Let me hear what you got so that I can assess the situation of what I could send, or if it's, you know, like if you need to brush up on it. Yeah, if you need to keep working, I'll let you know. Keep working on it.
Do you let them down softly though?
Like, yeah, definitely.
When it's like no,
I'm not an asshole, you know. So
I am. I love saying no,
but I'm just a realist. I'm a realist, so I like to see the whole big picture. And then if it ain't happening, then I'll let you know. You know, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
so
sometimes you gotta.
Can we get an instrumental Putrid album anytime in the future?
Oh yeah, right after. It's gonna come out pretty soon. Right after.
Nice.
You know, so.
No, well, I got this last track of yours, Jim Crow. When I heard it, I don't know if I'm gonna get knocked for saying this, but I to my ears it sounded like modern boom bap.
Modern boom bap.
Yeah.
And this is going back to what we were talking about earlier. I'm not a musician in the sense of playing instruments, but I get down on my keys, you know, on the synths. So this is all me on the synths, no samples, nothing. Drums are all me. Yeah.
So this is Darkies on here.
This is the Darkies. This is a group that came out when Lucky I Am, Scarab, and Sunspot Jones from Living Legends got together. They were doing a show at Rhymefest, and they performed this track, you know, as their group, as a group.
Nice. Well,
so I don't know if they're gonna get into finishing this album. Who knows? But
you push.
We'll
for
see.
It.
Yeah, I'll push for it for sure.
All right, here we go. This was Jim Crow here on Syndicate Radio.
When I go out and walk the turf, car alarms go chirp. Or women cling to their purses, police, they stop and they search. I keep my stride with a smirk, yet deep inside something lurks. I realize it's the work of countless lies that were birthed. Before my time on this earth, fucked up, I have to endure it. Never get used to it, learn, forgive, forget, no sir. Gift and the curse, different since birth, riches or dirt. Depends on your worth. Nigga, the word when it was slurred was something to hurt. When it was heard, now it occurs. When we refer to our people absurd, visions obscured. Ain't that a dark truth? It ain't a white lie. Church or court, either or to that I testify. Blues, rock, hip hop came from the darkest times. They love what we make, quick to take, slow to acknowledge my kind.
So this isn't about you being black?
Jim Crow.
Get him.
Yep.
Darkies.
For someone who doesn't play the keys, you get down.
Right?
Yeah, I try.
Like, yeah.
I just play by ear.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, this is
like
not
that
some half-ass shit. This is pretty clean.
I try. Yeah, I definitely try.
So basically,
and then Logic has some really dope synths too. So
what I was gonna ask you though is, you kind of covered on it a little bit, but do you just provide the beat and then someone else mixes and masters it, or do you also dabble in that too?
Well, dropping shit is all gonna be mixed by me, mastered by Sinuous. and
just because he's better at it, or you feel more comfortable?
I don't really master. I've never.
It's a bitch.
I've tried, and it's just it's not happening right now. So I'm not trying. Originally, I did want to have it be me mastering and mixing, but it's just I want it to sound good. I got Lucky I Am on it. Sinuous, right. He was about to get signed to Def Jam back in the day. His album did great overseas in Japan, and I got all these dope artists that I don't really want to make it sound bad,
right,
when I can make it sound better.
Right. So your SoundCloud is Putrid Beats. You also got putridbeats.com and Putrid. Putrid. What's your Bandcamp?
It's Putrid. It used to be Putrid Almada. If you're familiar with Almada, it's the Mexican gunslingers, but it's Putrid Almada ATR .bandcamp.com.
Is that
but
still?
That's not active, and it's I changed it to make it easier for everybody.
See, everybody.
.bandcamp.com.
There you go.
So
there you go. Cool.
Keep it all in the same family.
So if you want to check out more music for this guy, or actually, get him to send you a beat, but you got to be nice with the flows. Okay, you got to be nice with the flows.
Yep. No sucker shit.
Hell no.
Send me your shit.
Send some shit over there. Check him out, and then we'll go from there. I mean, honestly, whenever you're dropping shit drops, let us know. We'll put it out there and stuff, and it's been a pleasure to have you here, man.
Cool, yeah. Anytime you guys want me back, if you guys need a beat set, I'm down.
Hell yeah. I thought honestly, I thought you were gonna bring something when I saw like NPC.
I was gonna bring it, but then I had to climb like all the way up the hill.
No, but then you went to Korean barbecue, bro. Stop lying.
And the Korean barbecue.
Man,
it's all of that.
Hey, you're really about to be dropping shit.
I am. Daily.
Wow.
Daily.
Wow.
I say that every day because this album has taken like 2.5 years to come out finally.
So you're just constipated.
But everyone always asks me when is dropping shit finally coming out. I'm like, dude, I drop shit daily, but the album is not coming out yet. So little joke.
Hey man, honestly, thank you for stopping by. Any shout outs last minute, anything?
Shout out Sinuous for mastering the CD. Hopefully, I got you. Shout out to 90 Heads, the crew out there, the whole 805 family, everybody out there. It's tons of great music. Everybody should just check it out. All my homies on Facebook, whatever. Add me. Check out all the homies. They're dope.
Well, I got a few minutes left here up to 10:30, so I'm just going to keep vibing out with this music that I got going in the background. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by. You have been tuned in to Syndicate Radio. That was Putrid, and I'm going to get back in the mix. All right, everyone good? Yeah? We like this one?
We do.
Hell yeah. All right, cool. So keep it locked here. Syndicate Radio.